Senior Fellow at the New Culture Forum, Philip Kiszely. Hello, Philip.
Hi, Kev. It's great to be here again.
Always a pleasure to have your company. I don't know if you watched. I know that Dominic Cummings, controversial character, gets a lot of flack and all that, and I can see why. He's unusual, kind of on the spectrum, but boy, oh boy, he knows his politics. And he's given a rare interview to Sky News, quite a long one. And it's fascinating stuff. I watched all of it last night. It's fascinating. And one of his main points, and you sort of think, it's obvious what he's saying here, but the way he lays it out, you think, yeah, man, what the hell went on here? And his point is this, that he says he's stunned by Keir Starmer's approach to the migrant crisis. Because what did we have? The last Prime Minister, he said, look, this guy, Keir Starmer, he, like the rest of us, he watched Rishi Sunak, you know, basically crucify himself, commit political suicide by talking up the importance of stopping the boats. Remember him always standing in front of those lectures, stop the boats. I've got to stop the boats. This crisis is endangering the country culturally, economically. I will stop the boats. This is so serious. I've got to stop it. I've got to stop this. In other words, sort of alerting the people in a rather sensational way to the serious nature of this crisis. So that people all go, man, yeah, he's right. He's got to solve that. And then, of course, he doesn't solve it. He doesn't solve it because he refuses to leave the European Convention on Human Rights and, by extension, the European Court on Human Rights, and therefore we continue to play second fiddle to a foreign court that can basically order us around. So once he didn't leave that, his job was always going to be difficult. Also, of course, he did nothing about physically stopping the boats or even physically telling the migrants, look, you came here illegally. This is what you're doing now, a U-turn. You don't get to claim asylum because you broke into our country illegally. But actually, Dominic Cummings favours just literally turning the boats around. So he didn't do anything physical. So that was his problem. He got the country into a high state, going, well, we've got to solve this. And he's right, it is a bad problem. And then didn't bring in any measures that conceivably could have solved that crisis. And now, along comes Keir Starmer, and he's done exactly the same. He's talked it, I must solve it, I'll solve it. His slogan is not so much stop the boats, his slogan is smash the gangs. Completely ineffective, won't leave the European Court on Human Rights, therefore we don't get to call our own tune. We can say, oh, we're going to deport this person, and then the ECHR said, no, you're not, and they go, oh, okay, what can we do? Well, listen, this is Dominic Cummings summing up this strange chronology. Have a look.
So he is setting himself up for exactly the same political disaster that Rishi Sunak had. And it's going to play out live on social media in a way that the Number 10 can't control, because everyone will see the stupid dinghies arriving every day, all through the summer. After Starmer said, this is irredeemable damage and it must stop and I'm going to stop it. And everyone's going to see boats arriving every day. So people have known this inside Number 10 in the Cabinet Office for years. Sunak was told this in 2023, and everyone knows this. It's exactly the same thing with Starmer now.
You know, put that way, as I say, I watched that, and it's sort of, yeah, I knew that, but wait, well, that is... It's bizarre, isn't it? It's bizarre that Keir Starmer has replicated the exact mistakes of Rishi Sunak in the full knowledge that Rishi Sunak's approach to this crisis was a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, mass immigration is the problem. It's the central problem. You could argue that everything comes from mass immigration, OK? Last year, 1.3 million people gross came into the country, OK? That's an extraordinary number. Now, they know this is the big problem, but I think there's a couple of things here. One, all of this stuff is just performative, OK? Because this goes against the grain. This goes against everything he believes. He believes open borders. He believes international international socialism. He believes globalism. He believes in the EU. Okay.
Awful little man, isn't he? 03444991000.
What do you think of him? I'm selling him that.
How awful do you think the Prime Minister is? 03444991000. I know the switchboard will light up now, but seriously, carry on.
They are thinking short term, okay? Because he is thinking, oh well, something else is going to be in the newsfeed tomorrow, and it will take people's attention away from this. No, it won't. It won't.
Yes,
People
exactly.
are absolutely frightened, and I'll tell you why. Because they see it every day. If you walk into town, or you catch a bus into town, or you go on the tube, you see it. You see the impact of mass immigration, and it isn't just people. It isn't just bodies. It's culture. It's society. Places are filthy because nobody owns them anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, he's right when he says it's an island of strangers. So he's identifying all of these problems and doing absolutely nothing about it. And he's doing nothing about it because actually he thinks it will go away, or it will be superseded by another problem. It ain't going to go away. It's the biggest problem we've got, and if we don't do something about it, then we are in catastrophe. Now, you could say the plane's crashed into the mountain. We are beyond catastrophe. Okay, what are we going to do? But he needs to do something quickly. He won't do something quickly, and of course Nigel Farage is just standing in the wings.
You're right. What is bizarre and strange is that Keir Starmer thinks he can get away with a performative
He thinks he can
approach.
get away with it.
Yeah, no, Keir. You've got to solve this. I mean, you haven't got a single chance in hell of solving it with your useless approach. But the Prime Minister that solves this crisis will be in good stead with the people. The Prime Minister who doesn't will once again be in the toilet with the people. Here's a couple of comparisons that sort of bring into sharp focus the bizarre sort of replication of Starmer after Rishi. Here's Rishi with his stop the boats rhetoric.
I will not rest until the boats are stopped. With grip and determination, the government can fix this. And we are using every tool at our disposal.
How did that work out? But the point is, he wasn't. He wasn't using every tool. The tools at his disposal were leave the ECHR, start turning the boats around, or just fly the new arrivals out of the country. He didn't do that. Before we go on, Philip, let's have a look at Starmer, kind of doing his mimicking act.
The number of people crossing the Channel now is shocking. It's record numbers, as you rightly say. And this was Rishi Sunak's pledge to the country 18 months ago that he'd stop the boats, and the numbers have gone up. The way to bring this down, it has to be dealt with, this is a very serious issue, is what we would do, which was to set up a border security command to smash the gangs that are running this vile trade. There are gangs that are making a fortune putting people into boats. We have to take them down. I've done it before when I was a chief prosecutor in relation to terrorists. We will do it again in relation to the gangs that are running this vile trade, because nobody but nobody should be making that journey across the Channel in a small boat.
And here we are, 10 months into his regime, getting on for 11 months, not far off a year. Haven't smashed a single gang. He's wasted £200 million on the useless Border Security Command. I think I've said this to you before, Philip. It's a flawed strategy. You've got to stop the migrants. No point in smashing the gangs. You smash all the gangs you like tonight, there'll be new ones tomorrow because there's migrants. It's supply and demand. I don't think he believes it's smash the gangs.
Actually, this is the point I was going to make. I was just watching him there, and he doesn't believe a word he's saying. The problem is that he's so removed from reality that mass immigration, which is a massive, serious problem to everybody else, this is just a problem in abstract.
Yeah.
Okay? And problems in abstract tend to just go away, float away for that particular person. They ain't floating away for us. I mean, people just looking at that and seeing him, do you have any confidence in a person who talks like that? No, I don't. I don't have any confidence at all. In fact, I'm incredibly worried.
In a minute, we're going to talk about, obviously, his panicking speech today. This is the Prime Minister of this country. How many MPs? He's got like 470 or something. Yeah. He's got this enormous majority. He's got like 450. I can't remember the exact number. But it's way over 400 MPs. His majority, I think, is something obscene like 250, right? He is terrified. He is quaking in his boots about a party with 5 MPs. The Reform UK tail is wagging the Labour dog, as I said earlier. Before we move on to Keir's strange speech today, this is the final look at Dominic Cummings. Speaking to Sky News, it is very interesting. This is... no, I think we have already played that. But it was a fascinating interview with Sky News. A very rare chance to see something interesting on Sky News. So.
One of the things that Dominic Cummings said a while ago, if you remember, he was talking about why people believe in all of these crazy ideologies, okay? And he said that people believe in narratives. People follow narratives. They're not interested in facts. And I think Keir Starmer is a classic example of that. When he's reciting all of these facts, he doesn't believe them. You can tell he doesn't believe them. He has a narrative, and this narrative is global, is mass immigration, all of those things, as I say, and nothing you or I can say will change that.
Yeah, you know, I think his journey on this, I think he does now in his density realise that actually this is a real problem that he will have to do something about. He thought he could get away with a performative approach. Smash the gangs, that'll get us some headlines, won't it? Well, got your headlines, but not the kind of headlines you were looking for